Oh yeah.
How are you? I'm sorry I missed your event. I'm so sick.
Yeah, well, that's more important.
Are you going to be able to come to my fundraiser tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Yes.
在这里。
喂，靚女佢taking care。
Mindy.
I got that. Picture.
Yalla, 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 yalla.
We're getting everybody seated.
Hi, good evening. Welcome everybody. It's a packed house. Not for me, for the sheriff. Little one for the sheriff.
Yeah.
We started the Sheriff Asian Advisory Council about 6-7 years ago with Sheriff Gillespie, and I've been in touch with Metro almost about 23 years. Jerry Keller was sheriff, and I was in my house 23 years in 2003 or something like that. And for the last 20 years, we are very close to Metro and the sheriff, and year and year it's getting better, and we work with them more and more. And especially now we have the Sheriff Joe Lombardo. We had a lot of events last year. We had a turkey drive. We gave away 3,000 turkeys, and Joe was a part of it. A couple of schools we went to give turkeys. We gave toys. Joe was a part of it. And I believe he's our fourth sheriff. And it looks like he's one of the best we ever dealt with. Very helpful to the community. And when the Asian people say something, he comes to listen to us all the time. And whole last year, we had 2-3 times the Sheriff's Asian Council. It's getting bigger and bigger. All the leaders everywhere come and see what Joe's got to say. And we're grateful to him for working with the Asian community. In all these years, the Asian community was neglected. Because the Hispanics, Africans, Asians never had respect. But lately, we're getting a lot of respect. And thanks to Joe, our sheriff, great sheriff here. Also, the other thing with Joe started, each of the captains, different captains, we meet different captains. Like our captain right here, she's Roxanne from this area. Thank you, Roxanne. So, and different captains are here. We meet with them, what issues we have, they try to help us if they can. We have a lot of deputy chiefs, under sheriff is here too. A lot of different chiefs are here. Sit down and go talk, they're all mostly on different tables. So build a relationship with the captain, the chief who's sitting on the table. Because I cannot go build your relationship, you gotta build your own relationship, everybody. Now I'd like to ask my friend, and very close family to me, our Sheriff Joe Lombardo, to say a few words. Thank you.
So Mike said I have to say a couple words, but Rita said I have to say a lot of words. And we all know Rita runs the show. So. But before we get started, you remember Mike when he started, he said he's been involved about 22 years. And then he said he met Sheriff Keller in 2003. And what year is it?
1993.
Oh, 93. Oh, okay. I was going to give him a little calculator.
Thank you.
But I'm not running for office, thank God. There are some people running for office, and I'll identify them when we go through the crowd here, but more importantly, what is the purpose of tonight? Tonight is for the Asian community to reach out to their local police department, identify who the individual that's in charge of the area that you have a business and or reside, and reach out to that individual, meet them, shake their hand, and identify any particular problems you may have in that area in which you work or reside, and then form that relationship. Because for us to be successful as a police department, it's all based on that relationship. For you to get caught up by an individual phone call, either through dispatch or just because you know somebody or something, you will not be successful. For us to be successful in fighting crime and everything that we do as a police department, we need you to form those relationships with individuals so that we can know what's going on and we have an answer to your problem. A couple things I want to talk about before I go around the room and introduce my folks is what's been going on with the police department. I've been in office as the sheriff a little bit, almost close to a year and a half. Prior to that, I've been on the police department about 28 years, so I have a good assessment of what's going on with the police department on a year-to-year basis. But since I've been in office, we've done a couple things, and I want you to aware of them. One is, and I talked about it before, is we decentralized the detectives. Instead of having them over in the headquarters where you have no interaction or communication with, we put them out in the individual area commands so you can come out and meet somebody if you have a particular problem, and we'll give you an answer to that issue. Additionally, what we did is gone back to responding to accidents. Everybody clap your hands. That was the reason why we didn't do that before, and the reason why we stopped doing it for property damage only accidents is because our fatal accidents were out of control, and we were looking for an answer to that issue. And we thought by not responding to property damage only accidents and responding to more serious accidents with injury, we can spend time doing enforcement functions and have a control on those fatal accidents. Well, it didn't work, okay? So we've gone back to business as usual, and plus it's better customer service. And the example I use whenever I travel is, if my mother was involved in an accident, I would like a police officer to show up to ensure that her safety is guaranteed and that we have that third-party decision. So you do not have to fight with your insurance company in that aspect. But third goal, and this is a goal, the reason why I say we haven't done it yet, but it's a goal, sometime this year in 16, I plan on making the Spring Valley Area Command, which is currently housing our traffic bureau up at Eldora and Sahara, a full-fledged area command. So most of this area up here will fall under their authority, and we will have better response by our individual police officers and a better community response in those aspects. And the reason why I can't give you a date, because I met with my chief financial officer yesterday, and he says we're going to have a little trouble getting there this year, but he assures me we will get there at some point this year, but I hope it's not December. I hope it's July, but I think it's going to be December. If we don't get there by December, the individual in the back of the room, the guy there with that smile on his face in the uniform, that's Kevin McMahill. That's my number 2 guy. He's my chief of operations, and you can blame him, not me. And he's got big shoulders, and I'm sure he'll take all your phone calls when you call him. Because I'm too busy. So, but without further ado, and I'm happy, I'm going to stick around after we do the introduction, and I'm happy to answer any questions, but remember the purpose of this meeting. This is not a political meeting. This is not for candidates to say, hey, I'm running for office, even though they want me to say that. There's this is a meeting for the community to interact with your police department and tell us what issues you have experienced and whether or not we can help you with that. Okay? Yep. Sound fair? Yep. All right, so let me go here. Who do I have here? I got Steve. Steve, you want to stand up? So Steve works in my office of human resources, and if you are interested in a job, go see him.
Yes.
Sharon and Dick, stand up. Sharon Harding and Dick Bennett. They're in charge of our volunteers. And by example, we have 2 volunteers here tonight. We're in the yellow jerseys. For those you don't know, we have 400 plus volunteers at LVMPD, and if we didn't have volunteers, we couldn't do what we do. The reason why I had Dick stand up, even though he has a yellow shirt, he is the volunteer coordinator. He's also in charge of the citizens, I was going through the CPAA in my head. So if you want to go to the Citizens Academy, he's the guy you talk to. And also, he's the guy that's going to pick your pocket when we need some money to support the program. So, and then Sharon Harding is actually the Director of Volunteer Services, and she's the one that beats Dick up on a daily basis. So, Richard, can you stand up? Richard Fletcher, Captain Fletcher. Captain Fletcher's in charge of Northwest Area Command, so if you either work or have a business or reside up in Northwest Area Command, he is your point of contact, and he's a very good man. He's also in charge of our honor guard, so when you see those professional services provided during an unfortunate event involving a police officer, he's a coordinator of that, and I appreciate that. So thank you, Rich. Rich is wearing a suit. First time I ever seen him in a suit. So Rich Suey is a recently promoted deputy chief. He's in charge of the jail, so hopefully you never have to talk to him. So, except for Danny Tarkanian, you may have to talk to him. So, just a joke. And Charles Hank. Charles is, he was the deputy chief of the jail, and then I booted him out because he wasn't doing a very good job. So, but actually did a fantastic job, but he took on the responsibility of, what's the name of your division now?
Technology Support Division.
Technology Support Division. Sounds boring, don't it? You know what it is. But he's in charge of our radio system, our dispatch center, and what else are you in charge of?
Project management.
Project management, we'll talk about that. Dave Lewis, stand up since we're talking about project management. Everybody probably knows today. Are you speaking out?
It is my twin's birthday, as much as I would like to listen.
You want to do a stump speech real quick?
I came to honor you guys.
All right, thank you. Thank you for being here, buddy. Dave Lewis, people, you've all met him in the past. He used to be the captain out of Northeast Area Command, way out in that part of the valley. But he's off. Now he is in charge of project management. As you can imagine, in a big organization that we have, in an $830 million budget, he's responsible for those projects that we think of and try to initiate and put into place. So thank you, Dave. And then, you guys already met Kevin, right? Yep. You probably don't want to stand up. Hey, Jimmy, you stand up there. Jimmy Owens, everybody knows Jimmy. So, Jimmy Owens is a deputy chief in charge of our community, what do we call it? Community Relations Bureau, Community Policing Bureau, division. Community Policing, I'm sorry, I screw all of that. Community Policing Division. And here's the important piece. He's probably the most important guy in the room. The reason why I say that is, no, seriously, the reason why I say that is because he's in charge of all the bureaus that encompass each and every one of you in here, your business and or your house and or the place you worship. Okay, so he is the guy in charge of all those bureau commanders that encompass all those areas. So if Kevin doesn't answer the phone, he's the guy you go to. Thank you. And then Roxanne. Everybody knows Roxanne.
Yeah.
See, when she first got the job over here, she was like, oh, I got to deal with all those Asians. Now look, all of you are cheering for her now. Now she's like, yeah, I enjoy this now. It's so good. So, and then next, hey Pat, go ahead and stand up. I don't need to introduce Roxanne, everybody knows her. So Pat Neville, he's in charge of our Homeland Security Division. And if you notice, Pat has nothing to do with what we're here for today. But the reason why he always shows up, he loves the food. And Mike assured us he never has to pay in the future. So I mean, it's self-explanatory. Homeland Security Division. So he's a good man and he does a great job over there. Thank you, Pat. Where am I? Oh, Eric, stand up. Everybody knows Mindy's husband, right? So Eric has the most hated job on the police department. He's in charge of internal affairs. So when we have an officer that goes the wrong direction, he's the guy that investigates them. So he hasn't been doing a very good job because Mindy keeps him occupied. So you imagine that. So and everybody met Pat. Pat is he's my partner over there in Henderson. He's a great police chief. And when I came in, he told me he wanted to host one of these events for Henderson. So take him up on that. No, he didn't really say that, but I'm volunteering.
Yeah.
So no, Henderson is just as important as the rest of the valley, just like North Las Vegas and everywhere that we reside. And I think it's very, see, I mentioned North Las Vegas, see? And where we do business as an organization, so it's very important for you to reach out and know all the police chiefs and all the leaders in those public safety agencies. So Gary, everybody knows Gary. Gary's in charge of our tourist safety division, and when we say tourist safety, imagine where that is. That's up on the strip, Fremont Street, and he's also in charge of the traffic officers that are responsible to responding to accidents. So if you have a complaint about a traffic ticket, see Gary. Hey Gary. So if you're paying too much money at a restaurant on the strip, he can't help you. So Todd, go ahead and stand up. So Todd Pasulo is an assistant sheriff. He's the boss of Gary, Jim Owens, and Rich Suey. So he's a taskmaster, and he told me that nobody likes him. So no, really, no. He's actually he's a great leader, and he's a great individual, and he's instrumental in our success as the police department. So thank you, Todd. Tim, everybody knows Tim, right? Okay, so you guys know Tim is the only guy that gets along with Mike the Swanee. So you know that. He's the only guy. Tim is in charge of our training bureau. He used to be over in traffic. He used to be in a lot of jobs on the police department. He recently got promoted to deputy chief, and so he's responsible for all the in-service training, the academy, and everything else associated with the academy. So if you're interested in being a police officer, please contact him, or you have a family member that is interested in being a police officer, please contact him, or any other position on the police department. He's responsible for all those functions, and we are currently hiring. So, a lot of people. So reference that, I want to talk, the last thing I'm going to make reference to is the more cop sales tax. Because the AAG, your support was instrumental in the passing of the more cop sales tax. And it enabled us to, because of the phone calls that the AAG made to the county commission, convincing them it was the right thing to do, we were able to get the more cop sales tax passed, and we're going to hire 133 police officers based on that in the coming years. And the reason why I mentioned Tim is because we're putting all those academies in place now in order that we can hire those police officers to make a difference. Okay? So that's it for me. So remember what the purpose is of tonight. For you to reach out to these individuals as I identify them and get answers to your questions, because this is all about community engagement and crime prevention. Okay? So we can't take care of that barking dog. We won't take care of your individual specific issue with an individual that you just don't like. Okay, what we're here is talking about more global issues that we can help make this a safer community. So thank you very much.
Serve dinner right now, and then right after that, you're going to have your Q&A with our sheriff here. Okay. All right? This way you get more time, and if you can write it down and give it to Kevin. Questions and answers, so you can ask the questions instead of... And please make your questions really brief and to the point, and no one monologue type of conversation, so we can save time. Thank you.
They will win. Yeah. Okay. Tell them that. Okay.
等一下子，我们可以发问啊，如果有什么问题。那原本我给大家发通知的时候，就是说把那个把问题发来给我，短信给我，所以这样我好问。那没有看到啊，没关系，一会儿你就给我招招手，帮我找来 ，OK， 然后问的问题呢，然后我们会来发问，好不好？啊。那今天晚上呢，我们有几位法官来参加我们的盛会。这种活动在所有几乎美国在拉斯维加斯啊，很难得看得到的。重新讲，我录下来。真的很难得看得到的。那今天我们有那么多个好朋友来，一起关心。刚刚我们的警察局局长已经讲过了啊，因为我们大家的合作，我们大家的参与，而且我们也打电话去给那个我们的县政府，就说他们在投票的时候啊，增加了一点点的零售税。然后就可以增加100多位警察，所以现在如果有任何车祸，他们也会再来了，知道？本来这个有一段时间呢取消了，因为警力不够。那最近我去参加了，就是说我们叫做 Citizen Police Academy CPA， 就是应该怎么翻译啊？就是说去学习，看看警察部门他们各个部门做些什么。我可以跟你说，每一个警察，他从登记、申请、挑选、筛选过，再来参加，非常的不容易，非常的不容易。那上一堂课啊，里面讲到，我们拉斯维加斯有200多万人口，然后应该是 Dallas 或 Houston 啊，它也是200多万人口。他们的那边的 Homicide Division 有160位左右，100多个人，光是 Homicide。你知道我们拉斯维加斯有多少位警官来负责 Homicide 吗？这些你平常听不到的，总共16位。所以我们那么一点点的警察做那么多的事 ，OK， 来调查，所以有很多老的 case 啊，一个的来处理。那我们这个城市发展得非常快，所以希望以后我们有机会，大家一起站出来。这一次在纽约梁警官的事情，本人要在这里发表一点点的意见。我对于梁警官的事情做深入的研究，各方面的媒体，英文的、中文的都有看过。他是一个已经做了18个月的警察，但是受训的时候啊，没有受完整，所以他不会做人工呼吸，来帮助 CPR， 他不会。所以这里面后续的发生非常多的事情。当然，这一次我们华人站出来， 是非常好的，但是诉求我们一定要有道理。所谓有理走遍天下，无理寸步难行。所以为什么这一次我没有招我们所有华亚的会员？华亚的定义是华人在亚洲是一个老大哥，没有招的原因就是说，因为我的决定最后，因为警察局他个人是属于警察局工会，警察局工会他们有他们的律师来帮他打官司，所以我们在此祝他一切顺利平安。但是在他发生事情的同时，有更多的华人受欺负、受威胁、受杀害、出意外等等各方面的，是我们更需要去关心的。有很多受了不必要的那种迫害啊，所以我们拉斯维加斯的警局从各个警官，从我们的法官，都跟我们那么的亲近，这是我看不到的。我在洛杉矶长大的，到1999年来 Vegas， 从来没有看过任何警察会来跟你交流，来关心你们社区，没有过。那在 Vegas 我看到的是，他们不但出来，不但关心，所以我们要向他们致敬、致意，和帮助他们能够不需要那么多的警察。还有今天晚上我们有几位法官来这里。他们现在这一次出来，法官我总觉得要出来竞选投票啊，太辛苦太辛苦。所以前几年我就对他们说，我希望有一天我能帮得上你忙，不要让你们那么辛苦。We have judges here. Janice, please stand. Janice 法官啊，各位 Janice 法官，我们这一次要大力的帮他的忙。他曾经去台湾住过，去学习过，他对于我们中华的文化非常的喜欢，非常喜好，而且他会讲一点中文啊。Thank you, Janice. 我们这还有另外一位法官是非常好的 ，Eric Judge Johnson, Eric Johnson。我在11月12号的时候，11月12号亚洲文化节讲过，他的太太Susan Johnson，他们两位基本上面可以来讲说是非常非常 powerful 的一对。我们今天华人，我们现在坐在这里，大家一堂，有人有冤狱，有人英文不会讲，碰到什么事情被给抓进去了。今天任何一个法官碰到你不会讲英文，可能会判得很重，或者得过且过。他可以就像梁警官一样，从缓刑判到15年。你想想看，一个法官有多大的权限，是不是这样？所以我们要感谢他们，支持他们，这些跟我们才真正有切身关系的 Hillary Clinton。Bernie Sanders, Democrats, right? President, okay? We support, but those are national. 那些是国际的，全美国式的。对我们来说，不是很重要，因为我们华人的人数不够，所以我们要来关心我们这里当地的这种活动，好不好？谢谢大家，待会儿跟我招招手啊！我现在一边在讲，一边在录影，我就希望我们每一个同乡会的，我们每一个华人 ，OK， 到时候你收到 Facebook 啦、WeChat 的时候 ，OK， 帮我发出去，帮我转发。好，因为等一下子哪一位要去跟那个我们的法官 ，OK， 我们这边的那个区域警长 ，OK， 我们这里的分局长、局长，或者哪一位，我会帮你照相，会在录影的，好不好 ？OK， 谢谢大家，谢谢大家。
总要套还有何必要走，我摇。会长也抽烟，知道吗？
哦，我知道会长有烟抽烟。
Hey, great event. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for inviting us here.
Okay, take care. Okay, I'll see you soon. Kevin! Yes.
Great dentist in town. She's the CEO of Kevin Reagan Hospital.
Yeah. Full house.
I used to be medical director. It was a long time ago. I know. It was 2006. With Amy Grant. She's in Phoenix now.
Yeah, she's still Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Andy.
I'll see you soon.
There you go.
Thank you, thank you.
Always good to see you. Please let me know how I can help, all right?
November 12th. We're going to go by over I'm working on it over at the Western Hotel. I'm so proud of our honor guard.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What's happening?
最近给我打电话啊。WeChat 啊，对哦，搞 WeChat。来，我帮你们照个相，好不好？照过吗？来呀！好。Good。
谢谢会长，我是毛毛妈妈爸爸，知道吗？
哦，真的。
毛毛爸爸妈妈。
谢谢啊。哪里？谢谢您，谢谢您。
谢谢你，谢谢。
Cool, all right. So it works out well.
This is a video or a shot?
Both. It's both. So we're gonna see on YouTube. Okay.
Where's your mom?
Somewhere.
She's very popular.
来，1、2，好。
给我，哎，我要照，给我照一个，给我照一个。
Good, good. 今天晚上就要上船了。来打个招呼，打个招呼。
会长最棒！
哎呀，
谢谢。
How you doing? This is a great event. I was really honored to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll see you soon. Anything I can do, let me know.
No, I understand. I appreciate it. Just inviting me to this event and getting me introduced. You were looking at me. I'm like, I have no idea what he's saying, but the way you're looking at me, I need to stand up.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, no, this is a great event that you got.
班长辛苦了，先走吧。
哪里？晚安，晚安，晚安，晚安。
我再讲，给你。係。
Good night. Good night. You're going to be all over China now.
I hope. Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
Oh.
Let me give you my card.
来，这张名片。到时候都要帮忙了啊！对，在这，我们这个法官特别的照顾啊。好，来，我给你照一个。Yeah。好嘞。好，谢谢。
我们上也帮我来一张，拿这个照一下，一直按着就可以了。
好。1、2。太亮了，你的手机太亮了。
Can you have one picture with
Sure.
Good to see you as always. Sure.
Thank you for.
Not only good to see when the event comes. Make sure get the rah-rah teams all together.
Oh, of course.
They work too hard, always.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Don't work too hard, okay? Don't work too hard. I know it's very tiresome, but it'll come out good.
I'm doing my best.
It'll come out good, not to worry.
We have a good time, right?